Sir Geoff Hurst fitted with pacemaker after England icon suffered heart scare. England legend Sir Geoff Hurst has been fitted with a pacemaker after suffering a heart scare during a walk in the park. The 79-year-old, famed for netting a hat-trick back in England's iconic 4-2 World Cup triumph back in 1966, saw his pulse shoot up to 200 beats per minute. Hurst was fitted with a pacemaker 2 weeks ago after being penciled in for emergency surgery. The footballing legend is one of just 3 surviving members from England's World Cup winning squad from over half a century ago. And he admits that recent events, including the COVID-19 pandemic, puts his heart issues into perspective. "Life is a lottery," Hurst told The Sun. "Look at my colleagues from the World Cup team. Sadly, some of them have had one issue or another and have passed away during this awful time. I have just had a pacemaker fitted. I had a mild stroke a couple of years ago and had tests after that. I was diagnosed with atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat, which is not life-threatening. When you tell people you have a pacemaker they think, oh Christ, but for me it is not quite like that. I wasn't feeling bad beforehand, but it prevents the irregularities and possibly falling over and damaging myself or driving a car and running somebody over. I have got to see a specialist in 4 to 6 weeks just to recap. But I'm doing okay with it." Hurst reveals that he had to pause his usual routine to keep fit following his surgery. But the England icon is hopeful that he'll be able to resume his Joe Wicks workout regime when he catches up with specialists in a few weeks. He added, "I did exercise every day, walking and 20 minutes of Joe Wicks. And I have stuck with that routine. It was enough and kept my weight slightly lower than it was beforehand. I have a watch and a chest strap which monitors your heart rate. Walking up a normal slope in the park it is between 90 and 95. But my watch occasionally showed 200. I had to stop going to the gym because of COVID. When they reopened, you got all the stories about having to wipe down equipment after use, and I thought I am not doing that. I quite enjoy the different Joe Wicks programs. I have stopped doing it while I am betting the pacemaker in. I can then decide with the specialist if I can go back to normal. I've spoken to people who have had them. They say their lives went back to normal, although my life wasn't anywhere near abnormal. But the biggest issue is the driving. If you have a blackout when you are driving, that can be very serious."